Hi there, this is Balsamic Moon Tarot. Welcome to my channel. If you are a mystic or a misfit, this channel is for you. So I'm going to get right into it. Take whatever resonates, leave behind the rest for the person it's meant for. And yeah, I have gotten some messages already, but I've had a strange morning of trying to do this video. So I feel like whoever's listening to this, you've been like really trying to be focused and determined to get something done or do something that is for your ultimate good, like it's for your benefit. It's not a immediate gratification. It's something that you know is important to you, but that's going to take time to accomplish, and like you keep trying to, you know, get back on track and keep your eye on the ball, and then all these other things happen that sort of get you off your A game, or like just make you doubt yourself and your abilities. So if that's resonating with you, stick around. Let's see what we have. We have liberation. So this is also about really grasping that you are a soul having a human experience, and the body your soul inhabits, it's a vessel. It's a vessel not just for, you know, the blood and nerves and the physical circuits for lack of a better word. It's like you have circuitry that is physical and biological, but you also have circuitry that is on a soulful level, that's on the level of soul and spirit, and on the level of the divine. So imagine how your energy centers, right? If you understand chakras and stuff, like imagine how those chakras are lined up, but even from each of those chakras, there's other like energy pathways that are expanding and flowing and connecting to to yourself, to your higher self, to your guides, to the cosmos. Okay, so that's the first message coming through, is that you are so much more powerful than you know and than you realize. And at the same time, you are meant to live on this planet Earth with real limitations here, with you know, limited powers. And so there are many lessons to learn from discerning between the two, where your power is limitless and where your power is limited for a reason. Okay, so let's keep going. We have the Five of Hearts, also known as the Five of Cups. We have the Ten of Wands. We have the Five of Pentacles, Strength, and Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, so definitely feeling the limited power and limitations. You're definitely feeling and experiencing real life struggles here. Okay, there's no way to sugarcoat that. However, even though it may be difficult for you right now to see any upside to this, there is an upside. And what you're doing now is you're increasing your capacity to endure. You're increasing your ability to endure and to persevere. And you're really disciplining yourself on a very fundamental, important level. You're deepening not just what you can endure, um, you're deepening your capacity to even care for others more deeply. But there's also discipline here. There's like, I think maybe in the past you've been someone who was a bit more brash and more impulsive, and I'm getting the sense that you are learning more patience, and you are learning how to control yourself, control your destructive urges. So there's self-control showing up here, personal strength, personal integrity, and there's certainly going to be, if you're not already seeing these signs, there's certainly going to be a period where you're going to feel much more empowered and independent. We have the Nine of Pentacles here, which is a very positive card. So it's like after a time period of struggle, you're going to be liberated from the struggle. You're going to come to this moment where you feel like you can take care of yourself, where you feel like, you know, you don't have anyone in your way, or anything in your way. Yeah, those obstacles that are here now or that have been in the recent past, they are clearing up. Okay, let's go ahead and keep going. What else what are the other messages for this collective, for this group? What is it that they really need to know right now for some advice on how to deal with the situation they're in? Because it seems like right now you're definitely, you know, having a hard time, even having a hard time with feelings of guilt, feeling like you're supposed to do more, feeling like regret and remorse. So those feelings are really heavy, and I don't want to say they're weighing you down, because it's not like those feelings are unimportant. It's more just that you're in the thick of it, okay? And it's hard for you to see the light, honestly. It's hard for you to see that light at the end of the tunnel, but at the same time, look at this liberation card. The shape of the container, right? The vessel, it has a very narrow opening, and yet this spirit, you know, this is you, this is your spirit coming through on top, like transcending those limitations and transcending the struggle and the hardship. You're transcending this pain and this hardship, and you're doing it at a very like spiritual level. You're doing it because of your spirituality. You're not liberating yourself out of like sheer willpower. It's actually your connection to source, your connection to your guides that is helping you to liberate yourself from this situation. We have the Eight of Pentacles. We have the Chariot. Excellent. King of Swords. And the Hanged One. Okay. Yeah, in fact, I don't know if you have a meditation practice. This could be very good for you at this time. It doesn't even have to be meditation. It could even be like a gym routine, like a fitness routine, something that gets you to do like it's like a repetitive routine that gets your mind to clear up a little, and for you to get a little bit of space from your problems. Like there's clarity in like going for a run, going for a hike, or there's clarity in like sitting in, you know, a reading nook. Like maybe there's like a really comfy cozy corner of your house, of your home, where you can just create like really make it this shrine, and like put objects and images that help you uplift your consciousness. That's also another way for you to gain clarity. So I'm seeing here, you know, in the near future, you're going to reach clarity, and it's going to give you a lot of the answers that you need for this like moment, okay? Because that's the other thing that's very liberating, is that you're going to realize you don't need to know all the answers, and you don't need to predict all the possible potential outcomes. You don't need to plan ahead every single step of the way. You can improvise, okay? But improvising should come from a place of strength. Improvising should come from a place of stability, inner fortitude, and confidence and discipline. That's the other thing. Improvisation needs to come from a place of discipline. So you're figuring this out. We have the Eight of Pentacles here. So if this is a workplace situation or something to do with career, job, or vocation, or ambition, I also want you to know that there's a very positive picture here, because you're able to integrate your strengths, your talents, your skills into something very formidable, okay? You have either a set of experiences or a set of skills. There's something really special about what you bring to your work or to your vocation. The word dharma just came to mind, so it's like you're unearthing your dharma. You're look up dharma if you're not familiar with the concept, but it's sort of like that beautiful synthesis of doing what you love and having that purpose in life and being very focused and determined, because you know what makes you special and what you bring to life that is special. And it's not about ego. It's not about, like, you know, getting a prize or getting recognition. It's just being in that joyful bliss and flow of doing what you love and also being good at it. Okay, so there's like this magic sweet spot that you've hit where, you know, you've struggled a lot in a certain way, and now it's starting to come more easily to you, and you are mastering the skills associated with this. So you're experiencing mastery and there's just a wonderful picture here of you being masterful at what you do. And again, you may not be recognized. You certainly can be recognized for it with the Chariot here, but you may not get any personal recognition, because what's more important for you is the fact that this is what it's giving your life meaning. This is what is giving you purpose. And it's also making you feel more connected to spirit, to source, to the cosmos. It's like really deepening your awareness of soul, your awareness of the divine, okay? Because I'm seeing the Hanged One there as being a very enlightened being, I'm not creature, but, and not necessarily a person, right? Like, this is about being more than just a human being. This is about, you know, being a soul, being a creature of God, for another way to put it. So let me go ahead and just pull a few more cards. Oh, yeah, we've got the Eight of Swords there. Oh wow, we've got the Five of Cups. I mean, you've got some really tough sticky situations to handle. And two more cards and then I will stop here. Okay, Four of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. So I feel like I'm getting some background information. Let me go ahead and place these down. I'm gonna go ahead and put these here. We've got the Sun, the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the Five of Cups again. Yeah, the Five of Cups again, the Eight of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles with the Four of Cups. So yeah, there's, okay, I see what's going on here. I think that one of your challenges is that you're super motivated and excitable and inspired. Sometimes you get like into this phase of being like almost like a one-track mind. You get really focused on something and you're sort of like really impatient to manifest it. And you have this vision of how everything could, it's like you have a vision of perfection. And you have very high standards and high ideals and you go for it, but then it's like you sort of exhaust yourself because it's difficult when you get into this like really excitable phase. it's difficult for you to drum up that same excitement from others around you. And then that makes you feel really like, it makes you feel dejection, is that the word? Like dejected, like you start, it kind of throws you off, where you lose your motivation, and you kind of lose it all at once too. Like I'm really seeing a pretty extreme cycle, like mood regulation cycle. So there is definitely this message here about understanding the importance of emotional regulation and how spiritual that is. That is a part of spiritual discipline and spiritual development, is that your emotions and your rash and thoughts and your impulses, these are just aspects of you. These are not essential to you. These are just expressions of you. They're like emanations of you. It's like other forms of energy that you're attached to or that you're emanating. And so if you understand that there is a center, there is an essential, authentic center, central you, central self, understanding the self that is connected to source, that is absolutely it's like absolute consciousness, pure consciousness. That is your true self. And understanding everything else as being, you know, like temporary formations of the self. So I hope that lands with you. And I say that because I'm looking at this Knight of Wands, and I'm also looking at the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups with the Ten of Pentacles is showing that if you can manage these mood swings or these energy swings, you know, these undulations, if you can manage them with some discipline and a mindfulness, right? Some kind of mindfulness practice, you can integrate your life in such a way that you no longer feel like it all lands on you to make things happen. See, the Ten of Pentacles is showing a community, and it's showing like it could be a family, an extended family, but to me it's really showing this like community or this like village. It's showing how abundance and prosperity flows through a system, flows through a community or a society. So it's like almost like the redistribution of wealth. Like when we put our investment of time and energy into something, if we do this in a way that has thoughtfulness, intention, and patience and fortitude, like if we approach this with the right mindset, which by the way means detachment as well, right? We can't be so detached, we can't be so attached to a specific outcome. We have to let go of those reins a bit and let go of having things look a certain way. So if you can let go of that and be a bit more detached to the results, detached from the results, what will happen is that the energy you put into something starts to take on a life of its own, and it starts to have a ripple effect, and it starts to get other people or other entities like moving and clicking together and collaborating. So I want you to imagine the universe collaborating on your behalf. Like you don't have to, it's not all on you. And I think that's where your despondency and your despair comes from, is that you get really determined to do something, but then when it doesn't happen or you don't quite get it done the way you thought you had to get it done, you feel like you failed, you know, you feel like a failure. And that's not that's really not a constructive way to be, or a healthy way to be. And your guides, you know, you're not supposed to suffer that way. Like there's enough suffering in the world. Why are you adding suffering to your experience of life, right? So this is just reflection. This is something to think about. If it resonates with you, by all means, you know, think on that. But if it doesn't resonate for you, it's not your message. So yeah, so I see like This King of Pentacles is both, it's both you in the future and you, like what you're becoming. Someone who's got more stability in life and a more status and authority in your life, like feeling like you don't have to get permission from anyone or wait around for anything to just make something happen. But you're also like wise enough to understand why some things do happen and some things don't. Like there's something like managerial, there's like managerial experience, or you know, just the experience of different, I want to say different timelines, but there's like a lot, there's a diversity of experience, there's a wealth of experience that you have in this future self, okay, that's showing up here. But it involves you not getting deterred. It involves you having some more staying power, you know, having some more of that grit. Don't internalize the failures of the world. Like when you see failure in the world, that doesn't mean that you are a failure too. Like you don't have to internalize that. Sometimes you know, we don't have control over everything, but it's like we don't have to focus on the things that are disappointing us either. Like we can change our focus to something that is growing. Oh, that's the other thing. Okay, so with the sun here too, I'm understanding that yeah, it really is about where you put your attention, what you decide to put your consciousness on. So you can focus on the things that are going wrong, or the things that are really terrible in the world, or you can focus on the things that are going right and the things that are beautiful in the world. And that's not to be willfully ignorant, or it's not saying that ignorance is bliss. It's actually saying that the way you're built, the unique, just the unique way that you're built means that you are actually more constructive. You're more proactive when you have that optimism, okay? So don't give in to the despair. Don't give in to the cynicism. It really doesn't suit you, frankly. It just doesn't suit you. At the same time, you can act out your goals, and you can act out your wishes and your intentions while being detached from the outcome, okay? So if you're interested in like mindfulness practices or Buddhism or meditation, that could be like a helpful spiritual path for you to pursue. But it could also just be, you know, honestly letting out some of your energy, like with physical sports, or just you know, venting, right? Like getting out some of that energy in a constructive way, rather than letting it like seethe inside you and like eat you from the inside out. Okay, so wow, I said a lot there. Okay, I'm gonna pull a couple more cards, and then I'm gonna yeah, I'm gonna just get some advice for you, pull a couple oracle cards. We have the Ten of Wands here. Yeah, so you're quite on the brink of exhaustion is what I'm seeing here. And you know, I think you feel like you're ready to give up. You feel like if you loosen your grip, like everything's gonna fall apart. And this is like me repeating what I said earlier, but this is a confirmation that it's okay to let some things fall apart. If something falls apart after you've let it go, then it's kind of like validation that it wasn't what you wanted to begin with, because you don't want just to be alone in the world fixing everything. You want others to be inspired by you, is what I'm getting here. You want to like instill in others the confidence that they can also do good things in the world. They can also do great things. So you're trying to jumpstart, like almost like jumpstart a movement, you know, jumpstart like a trend here. So if you let something go and it falls by the wayside, let it. Like it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be part of your timeline, okay? So that's another message there. Do a couple cards there, and then I feel like I need there's a particular oracle deck. Yeah, it's gonna be this. What is the advice for this collective? What is the advice for the person watching this and resonating with what I've said so far? What is the advice for them? Okay, 2 cards. So for your last tarot cards, we've got, wow, the 10 of Wands again. I'm going to put it right here next to this 10 of Wands. And we have the Star. Look at that, amazing. So we have the Star and we have the Sun as well, right? And we also have, I want to get this Liberation card out because this Liberation card is so beautiful. Let me put it right here. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful energy there. So let me just add to what I've said that if you're really struggling to let go of something, to let go of a burden, give that burden to Creator. Give that burden to your guardian angel. Give it to the divine. You don't have to let go of something and just expect it to languish and die. You can let go of something and say, you know, I give this to God. I am no longer part of this story here, but I welcome the universe to step in and help in, you know, help bring whatever needs to happen. So, you know, let's say like there's a family matter and you have a difficult relationship with a family member, and you've tried your best, you've kept trying to restore this relationship, to repair the hurt, to repair the relationship, and it doesn't really seem to be improving, and you just feel like every day it's this heavier burden every day. This is an example of something where you can be like, look, I choose to move on because I deserve to. Like you can forgive the situation, you can forgive yourself for not you know, whatever happened, like not accomplishing whatever it is you wanted to accomplish out of that. Forgive and let go and give it to God. Give it to your higher self and ask your higher self, like, please take this off my hands and give it, put it in the hands of those who are more capable. Something like that, right? I hope you understand what I'm saying there. Okay, your last piece of advice here. We have the Cauldron, which is actually very similar to Liberation because it is talking about the vessel and the importance of the vessel again. The Cauldron, creation, opportunity, caring. And we have buds, new beginnings, expansion. Wow, I love that. And then we have the Sun and the Liberation. So I know this may be difficult for you to believe or like see, but your guides really want you to see this. They want you to see that there's things brewing in the background and there's things happening underneath the surface here. Your love, whatever you have love for, whatever you have hope for, like those feelings of love, hope, like that energy is actually feeding into something beautiful. It's just not appearing in the here and now. It's working its magic in the background. It's transforming this reality. Okay, it's transforming this reality for the best, for the better. So yeah, this isn't so much piece of advice because it doesn't seem like there's much you need to do here other than to, like, I want to say be receptive to this idea that you don't have to be actively doing something to transform yourself or the world. Like, you don't have to take action all the time. Sometimes you need to just let something brew, let something sit and ferment, and like let the universe work its magic on that. it's like buds, new beginnings, right? Like you can't force a flower to open. It blooms in its own time. And that is the case for you, and that is the case for others, and that is the case for life itself, okay? So yeah, I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates for you. If it does, please click the like and subscribe buttons, and feel free to chime in the comments with what's going on with you, or you know, anything you'd like to share in the comments. That certainly helps me you know, boost this channel. So take care. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time.